y'all back with another brand new video. So in my last video I said I was going to do a Kimberly video, but this time it's happening right now. Kimberly, for the most part, is everyone's childhood crush in the 90s. But for me, I wasn't really a fan of Kimberly, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. I don't hate the character. I just wasn't a fan of her. But I just prefer Trini. A shout out to Amy Jo Johnson. I know, you know what I'm saying, this is no disrespect to her actress and everything, but it's just her character, just your stereotypical Valley girl and everything. And I just wasn't a fan of it, to be honest with you. It pretty much went on throughout 3 seasons and everything, but let's just say that Kimberly definitely served the purpose in the Power Rangers legacy and the community as a general. And she definitely paved the way for future sexy Pink Rangers, LOL. And yeah. So, and I think Kimberly has some good focused episodes and not focused episodes. But apparently, in the no clowning around, she was just afraid of clowns, and which is stupid because, like I said, it was supposed to be a Trini focused episode and not Kimberly's. But in the Power Ranger Punks episode, when her and Billy got turned into punks, but up until when Kimberly was the last one to use her power bowl to free her friends from this toad monster. And she had another good focus episode when she was flying a private plane with her uncle, with Bulk and Skull in him, and she pretty much tried to learn to overcome her fears of learning how to land on the ground. But here's my problem with this episode. Kimberly pilots her Pterodactyl Zord. So why does she need to learn to overcome her fears of learning how to land a plane on the ground? Like, girl, you fly your Pterodactyl Zord. That doesn't make any sense. And my issues with the Mighty Morphin series is that they write these lessons knowing that the Rangers pilot their Zords. And knowing that, like, Kimberly flies her Pterodactyl Zord, she shouldn't be afraid to land on the ground. Thankfully, the Boom Studios did her better, but I'm talking about the TV show character-wise. And then she had a fling with Tommy Oliver, and they began this relationship ever since then. And it wasn't until the Year 2 run in late season 1 when her niece she struggles to learn how to be a cheerleader and doubting herself of being one. But given the fact that her niece wasn't afraid of Squat and Babu when she was teaching them how to be, you know, cheerleaders, I guess you could say it was pretty much a distraction. But whichever case may be, it worked. But then in season 2, she had some good focused episodes when she turned evil thanks to Lord Zed, when the Rangers fought the Bloom of Doom monster, which is one of the worst monsters. And Amy Jo Johnson pretty much played her role in that character in that episode, which she added to Broad from God knows where. And oh, I forgot that she had another focus episode in season 1 when she wanted to build this braid float. Rita sent down her putties and the shredder float had her crying like a baby. And Amy Jo Johnson, she definitely did a good job in that scene. And I guess you could say she was the most good actress in the original one. But in season 2, she had another focus episode when Goldar put some type of gold sparkles to make her fall asleep on some pedophilia stuff. But it was then to make her turn on the Rita repulsive, which, by the way, Amy Jo Johnson did an amazing job of creating this Rita-like moment, and she definitely sounded like her. But yeah, that was about it. I think she had some good focused episodes in season 2 when her and Tommy wanted to be class presidents in Best Man for the Job episode. When her and Tommy got into it, it's kind of like your boyfriend-girlfriend argument, husband and wives argument about who's going to be this and that. Typical Tommy when she calls him that. I'm like, am I looking at Power Rangers or am I looking at a daytime drama? So, yeah. In season 3, she definitely grew a lot, but given the fact that she was losing her powers back and forth, pretty much like how Tommy did in early season 2, let's just say that Kimberly had a Tommy treatment when she was losing her powers back and forth, and it was all due to a new character named Kat was touching Kimberly's power coin that caused her to faint and messed up her body. Up until Kat realized that her evil ways was messed up, freeing herself from Rita's spell, Kimberly gave the power coins to Kat in later season 3. So I think it was mainly due to Amy Jo Johnson wanting to move on from other Ranger projects because she was just tired of being the Pink Ranger. Oh, a little funny fact, Amy Jo Johnson is not a fan of pink. Pink is not her favorite color. The Boom Studio comics, especially in Go-Go Power Rangers, I like that Go-Go Power Rangers run than the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers run. Although there are some, I think Kimberly for the most part was a good character in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Boom Studio comics before the Necessary Evil arc. I hated that arc. I really hated it because, you know what I'm saying, when Adam, Rocky, and Aisha showed up, she was just being a douchebag to them. Like, I hated what they did to her. Like, girl, even though they're just new, that doesn't give you the right to treat them like crap. Okay, so they're not inexperienced, but if you give them a chance of being Rangers, that would have showed you that they are willing to be good Rangers. But it wasn't until Jason and them showed up at the command center when they were injured, accidentally revealing themselves to be Omega Rangers, and everybody in the command center was very upset with them, especially Kimberly was treating the shade. Like, oh, okay, like, I do not like what they did with the Necessary Evil arc. I really hated it. But I understand it was based on season 2 when Jason, Zach, and Trini went to the peace conference, and so they think they did, but they didn't. It was bad. Like, I'm sorry, the Necessary Evil arc was garbage. I hated it. It was up until a new arc called Mighty Morphin, which they did a good job on Kimberly once again. But I think in the Necessary Evil arc, I think that is what really rubbed me the wrong way. Just being, God forgive me the sentence, but she was being bitchy and complaining about and getting still mad about them being lied to. Like, girl, get over it. And you know what? When I was reading the issue online, I couldn't help but to not see Kimberly and Trini talking. But I don't know why they didn't do that. No, just no. But thankfully, Go-Go Power Rangers did a better job on her character than they did in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and on Necessary Evil. So that is my history of Kimberly and my thoughts on the character. And like I said, I'm not a fan of the TV version of Kimberly. I like the Go-Go Power Rangers run of Kimberly way better than the TV show. And once again, shout out to Amy Jo Johnson. No disrespect to the actress, I just don't like her character on the TV show, but I like her in the comics a bit better in the Go-Go Power Rangers run. And yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below, and I'm out of here.